Ah, shit. Hey guys, can you hear me? Real, can you hear me? Can you actually hear me? Because my mic, for some strange reason, was saying that you could not hear me and that it wasn't working. Can you hear me? And I don't know what's going on. It's frustrating, y'all. So I can hear you fine. Okay, great. Hey everyone, welcome to Candidly Me. It's your girl B, back with another live. For some strange reason, it's telling me that the microphone isn't working, so I was trying to figure out that technical issue because I don't know what is going on. However, tonight's going to be a little different. It's going to be a little interesting because, as you can see, I am driving. I am on my way doing a little road trip down to Dallas. So I am actually currently driving right now. So we're just going to do like a little chit chat with me and hang out for about an hour. And then we'll see what it do. We'll see what happens. I've got 4 wonderful people in the house, guys. Don't forget to hit those thumbs up. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. I really, really do. I'm going to drop the link for my co-host today. So hold on one second, y'all. I have a co-host. She's here. Yay. Okay, hold on. Invite guest, copy link. Because guys, I can't do this by myself. So I needed help from my co-host. But how is everybody doing tonight? How are you guys? Battle of the Sexes will be here on Sunday, just so you guys know. Hey, JK World. Hey, hon. Welcome, welcome, welcome to my live stream. I appreciate you guys for coming. I really do. Real, Shanita. Who else is in the house? I can't see. I see 6 wonderful people in the house, but only 3 have spoken to me. Guys, what's going on? And I'm trying to get my live through done before I get into a bad signal area, and I can't anymore. So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. But we are going to talk about Breonna Taylor tonight. Okay, here's my guest. Oh, who is she tonight? Ooh.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey girl, hey. How you doing?
Hey. I'm good. How are
Hi.
you doing?
I'm well. How about yourself?
I am doing wonderful.
Awesome.
Wonderful.
88.
God.
Wait, I think I'm a little low. Hey everybody.
Hey
There we
everyone. 6 wonderful people in the house, guys. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up for you, girl. Please. You see this? This
Please,
is
please,
real
please.
sheer dedication, y'all. Y'all expect to see me on Thursday with a live. I am driving, and guess what? I am still gonna give you guys a live. This is sheer dedication. I love my viewers. Oh my gosh.
Share
I had to work it
dedication.
out. I had to work it out. Guys, if
Listen,
you can
be
share
on
it
the
up,
road with me.
share. Right?
Share it out. Raw and live. If y'all don't know by
Raw.
now, Candace B loves you. Okay, she is on the road, on her way out of the city, and she still is going to come and bring you alive tonight.
Oh my God.
Where
Y'all
did
better
you
be
get that?
thankful. That's all I gotta say. Shit. Hey Trey. Hey old head. Hey guys. Welcome, welcome, welcome. we are going to get into the conversation tonight because tonight's topic is going to be Breonna Taylor Part 2. I wanted to cover it. I was contemplating covering it on Battle of the Sexes because, as you guys all know, there has been some new information that has now developed and has come out. The boyfriend did an interview with, was it Good Morning America, or who was it with? I can't remember who it was with.
I want to say whoever Gail King is with. I want to say it's Good Morning America.
Right, I was thinking it was Good Morning. Okay, shoot, get
Hmm.
off my ass. I'm trying to talk, y'all. Shoot, y'all want to ride fast? Go, bye. Anyway, y'all see. Yeah,
Dedication.
I think
She
it's
on the
Good
road.
Morning America, but I can't remember because Gail King, she did the exclusive, she did the interview. So I can't remember, but I hope you guys have seen it. If you have not seen his interview, my girl, My Life is Nia, covered it in today's video that she uploaded. So make sure you go and check that out. She has got the full video, the full
Yeah.
interview. I think it's pretty much the full interview, what he had to say about it anyway. So she's got it up. Please go and check that out, because I don't want you guys to be misinformed. You can't say that we're making this stuff up. Nita, are we making this stuff up? I don't believe so.
Not if I wanted to. No. This came straight out of the
Right.
horse's mouth. We didn't say
Straight.
nothing. He
Not a
let us
damn
know what it
thing.
was going to be, what happened, took us through the entire night of you, and why would he lie? So,
Right. Exactly. Hey,
no.
T. Jones. Welcome, honey. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the stream. She said, hey, good afternoon, V. Shanita. Hey, boo.
Hey,
Hey. Yes, guys, network, do what you want to do in the chat. That's all fine and dandy with me. We will be dropping the link. So if anybody wants to join the conversation, then they can do so. Feel free to do so. Shanita,
yes,
girl,
ma'am.
tell me. So you watched the interview with the boyfriend.
Yes, I
Tell
did.
me your thoughts on that.
Okay, so like I said, I don't see why he would have a reason to lie in the first place, okay? When I watched the interview and the segment talked about the night of everything happening, they went through it like step upon step, like moment upon moment. And I didn't have any words. I was watching it as I was riding home from work, and it just listening to how everything played out from his point of view was just so sad. He said he didn't even know that that was the police knocking at the door. He said it was a normal night. They were just relaxing. They had a date night. They were chilling, playing Uno, getting ready for bed. And all of a sudden, they hear this banging on the door. And the boyfriend was like, "Who is it?" They didn't say anything. Nobody answered, nothing. They started banging on the door. So boyfriend gets protective as he should, go and
As
gets
he
his
should.
gun as he should. He goes and gets his gun, and they bust through the door. Door come flying off the hinges. They busted through the door. The boyfriend, being protective, shot one time, once. Okay, y'all, once. And then the police retaliated with several shots through the apartment. Guns, bullets, or not guns, bullets flying everywhere. And all of them, not even gonna say all of them, but the majority of them hit Breonna Taylor. His first instinct was to call his mama. His mom, he said. This is what he said. Y'all have to take my word for it. Go watch the interview yourself. But he said that he called his mom first. And his mom's like, oh my God, calm down, call the police. The police
Right.
never came in and, tried to assess the situation according to him. He said, so he called the police. And while he was trying to talk to police, the operator, the operator was asking him, "Is she alive?" Because he's telling her that she had just got shot. She's on the floor bleeding. She's not responsive, and he eventually hung up. And he heard voices outside. still didn't know that this was the police that had
Right,
shot.
because he shot. He actually, he said that they were there and they were shouting out like, "Who is it? Who is it?" Because remember, he said they
Yep.
went to go put clothes on because they like, "What the hell? What's going on?" So they went to go
Yep.
put clothes on, which makes sense. Like, I understand what he's trying to say because you don't want any
Yeah.
and everybody just seeing you in whatever case.
Exactly.
And they assumed and they thought it was somebody trying to break in, which is why he
Hmm.
got his gun. So I completely understand. Like, I watched, well, Carrie, I'll let you finish filling everybody in with the actual story of what he said.
Okay. So he says he thought that when he heard the voices and stuff outside, so he thought because he had called 911 that it was, the emergency coming to help. But when he went outside, there were the police, guns pointed at him, get down on the ground, turn around. And he's just befuddled or don't know what's going on. So he got his hands behind his back, like, I don't know what's going on. They just shot her. I don't know. And they still tell him he doesn't have no shoes on his feet. He don't have no socks on his feet. He is wet and rainy outside. He's walking around. They dragging him to the car. So he has scrapes and stuff on his feet. They're not helping him at all. They talking all rude to him and everything. Put him in the car, and he just still don't know what's what. Meanwhile, the police are inside saying, she's done. She's crime scene now. But this was really nonchalant about the whole situation. He didn't care one
Mm-hmm.
bit. When he got to he said they have on the way to the precinct, they pulled over to this like parking lot or something. I guess maybe they realized they had made a mistake. And another officer came to him and said, hey, this is all just a big misunderstanding. Can we get you
Yeah,
anything?
because the
And he
first
said,
set of officers that approached him were rude as hell and just wasn't even they were treating him like he was like he's the suspect, like he the one that they coming for. That's how they were treating him at first. And then eventually when they knew they fucked up, that's when the new officer that came that had him or whatever that he had spoken to, then all of a sudden they want to be nice. Because and they hadn't even bearing in mind, guys, they still hadn't even told him how Breonna Taylor was. They hadn't told him that she was dead. She still did not know that she was
still
dead.
didn't know. That's what he said the whole time. He didn't know what her condition was at all. And when they say when he got to the precinct, they took his handcuffs off. And he thought that was strange. He still didn't know fully what was going on, and he didn't even know that his girlfriend was dead. Like nobody directly told him that his girlfriend had died. He heard it on the news that a woman had got shot in their apartment
And died.
and died.
How would you feel? Like, oh my God. Like, honestly, like I listened to the interview and I find him to be so credible. I know like there's so much people that against him talking about gang banging and all this kind of stuff. And okay, if she wasn't that life, then she wasn't that life. But at the same time, the facts of what happened that night are still remain the same as far as I'm concerned. Like, I don't care what no one tells me. Like, either he a damn good liar, he must be a damn good liar for me to just really feel
Right.
like I believe him. Like, if you see his face in that interview, you see what he's saying. There is no way on earth he's making that story up. I don't believe it. I cannot
I don't,
believe he would make that
I
story up
can't.
at
Mm-mm.
all. At all,
I don't believe
guys.
it. Mm-mm.
Seriously, like my
Um.
heart, I felt like when he was going through it, like step by, it's like he was being interrogated again by police, step by step. Everything
Yeah.
he said, I was like, yeah, I can see that, yeah, I can understand that, because yeah, shoot, you half naked or in your pajamas or whatever, you ain't gonna open the door like that. You go put some clothes on. That's what they were doing.
Right. Right. And not one time did the police announce themselves. They just came in guns a blazing.
No matter how many times they kept asking, like, who is it? Who is it? And I believe him when he said a part when he was like, if the police had said it's the police, none of this would have happened. Like, and I agree. If the police had just said it's the police, open up, none of that they did would have happened. They wouldn't have had enough time. They could have still busted down the door if they wanted to, but he would have known, okay, let me put the gun away or whatever.
Right.
Neither one of them. had been in trouble with the law before. Like, come on, guys.
Right, and that's what they said. Neither one of them had been in trouble before. Neither one of them had problems with the law. So for them to come in like they did, he was just as caught off guard as everybody else.
And I believe him. I believe him. I don't care what no one tells me. Someone's going to have to come up on here and tell me why I should not believe that man. Because I believe what he's saying. Like, it's just so believable. Like, okay, Breonna Taylor got shot. She was crying and stuff like that. He's trying to console her. He calls his mama. You know, you hear the tape of when he called the police. Yeah, his mama told him, call the police.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you don't think it's and he even said, now why the hell am I gonna call the police knowing it's the police at the door? That's stupid. Who gonna
Right.
call the police? Who's calling the police on the police?
Right. 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 Exactly. That didn't make any sense. That didn't make any sense.
None,
Um,
y'all. No
so
sense.
I'm looking at the chat. Everyone's saying hey to everyone.
Hey everybody. I can't pay attention to the chat, so Shanita is paying attention to the chat for me. So if I haven't said hello to you, I'm saying hey to everybody. Thank you so much for coming to the live. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up on your way in. If you can share this live out, please share it out. I am doing my best to still give you guys your Thursday night entertainment as always, as promised, whilst driving out of town, y'all. You see this is real dedication. But please don't forget
dedication.
to thumbs up the live, and don't forget, if you can share it out, please share it out. We can get more people in here on the conversation. We're also going to be dropping the link so that you guys can come up and have your say too, because I want to hear what everybody has to say about this. For real, for real.
Yep. Does anybody want to come up? I'm dropping the link for anybody who wants to come and share their thoughts, their opinions on the situation. There you go.
Yes, and
There's
while
the
she's
link.
dropping, yeah, she can drop the link and I can accept you and bring you up on the stream, guys. In a minute, I will drive with my light on so y'all can see me well lit.
Glorious Life on Will says, as a retired peace officer, had done anything wrong or out of source, he would be facing charges. He is not.
They say so. What was
Good.
that again? Sorry.
Glorious Life on Wheels says, as a retired peace officer, I guess if this man had done anything wrong or out of the sort, he would be facing charges, and he is not.
Exactly. I agree.
Yeah.
I agree that he would be facing charges. If he had done something, they would make sure that crap sticks. Shoot, they never waste the opportunity to put another black man in jail. Come on now.
Exactly.
Never.
They took his handcuffs off, and he's just walking around the precinct like it ain't nothing. No,
Exactly.
you
That
know they
man
messed
did not
up.
break the law. Y'all broke into his house. Shoot.
Right. Right.
Who ain't
Easy
gonna
says,
send off warning shots over
right.
here?
Especially in the middle of the night when they relax and they had it was a normal day. So why would they be, thinking anything else? I don't
Right.
know.
And he even said, like, he thought, and that makes sense. He thought that by him sending off the warning shots, they would. Oh, we got someone coming in. By him sending off the warning shots, that would deter people from coming in. And yes, for somebody that's breaking into your house, yes, that would deter you from coming into the house. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
So I believe him. Like, I don't care what no one tells me. That man is credible. He is credible. Hey, Andrea, I know, girl, you got something to say.
You
You've
know
been
I
sending
got
me the
something to
links, and you've
say.
been telling me I need to come it in.
Yes, yes, yes. You know I
Yes,
got something to
sis.
say. Shout out to my life, Nia, because I just seen it on her thing. I put a
Yep.
comment in the comment section. I, I was more mad at first, but I am damn mad now. Okay,
Mm.
I
Amen.
believe him. I believe him what he said. He's credible. And then he said, like, no, he didn't even know she was dead until he was in jail and he seen it on the news. Are you kidding
Yes,
me? What the hell is going on?
that's what I'm
That
saying. The amount of time you spending with the police, no one could tell you. Come
And and,
on.
and
And I bet you any money he was in there with those police, and he was asking, "Where the hell's my girlfriend? How is she? Is she okay? Can someone let me know? And police never be trying to tell nobody nothing. They
Do
don't
you
want to
know what
tell
he?
them because they knew they fucked up. That's it.
Do you
Right.
know what? Do you know what he said? He said when they was arresting him and he didn't have no shoes on, no socks, gravel. But he said they pulled into. I got some detail. He said they pulled into a parking lot, and the officer who spoke to him was in a different tone, because they knew
Yes.
they was in trouble. They knew they were in
Mm-hmm.
that house.
Yes.
They knew that they messed. They fucked up. Period. I'm excuse for
Mm-hmm.
cussing, but
Mm-hmm.
they knew.
Yes.
They knew. And then he
Yeah.
said
They
that
knew.
he was walking around and he was like, if you see a police officer, you're gonna have handcuffs. They gonna let you walk around the police station.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm, I'm,
Exactly.
I'm, I'm like, come on now. And when Gail
Thank
said and when Gail
you.
said to him, if you wasn't here, we would know the story. I was like, ooh, that was eerie to
He'd be
me.
another black man dead.
The black
Another
man
black
dead.
couple dead. Nobody gonna know their names. Nobody was gonna say anything about anything. He'd just be swept up on the rug. I'm surprised they're not shutting him up because they be quick to want to shut somebody up with some truth. So I'm hoping and praying for his protection from like all of this. Now that he's speaking
Yes.
out because
Mm-hmm.
they like to shut people up when you start speaking the truth.
Me too.
Yes.
So I'm really
I,
hoping.
and
Yeah.
I feel bad. I feel when they went in there, when a SWAT team went in there, they was just walking around. They didn't even check where she was she alive, where she dead. I mean, where they do that at now? But see, I keep
Right.
saying her life didn't mean nothing.
Right.
They didn't care. They went in there
Exactly.
guns blazing.
Nothing.
They didn't care. Period.
They didn't
And I was
find
like,
nothing.
They sure
didn't find.
did it.
So I keep saying is she could date the bad man, but she still didn't have a right to be dead because you didn't find anything in that house. You didn't find anything on her. You didn't find
Exactly.
anything on him. So if you go in there and get a warrant, I still believe that warrant that they went and got it was false evidence. People was lying to get that warrant.
Right. For how
Yep.
they got it. Absolutely. I 110% agree with you. A hundred
They
and
was
ten
lying to
percent. It
get
just
that warrant.
Yeah.
it,
Easy.
I feel the same way you do, Andrea. When oh yeah, go ahead.
No, I
Go
was.
ahead.
You
Sorry.
can,
Oh no,
okay.
I'm just saying I felt
Um,
the same way Andrea said when she said that how she watched that interview and she felt more mad. I watched that interview and my whole heart just oh my god, I was so mad
And
because I was
and now
like,
right.
I feel And now I feel the family didn't get enough money. They didn't get enough money. They need to pay more money now.
right,
Did they get a lawsuit?
Yeah,
Did
they
someone?
settled already.
they
Oh,
settled already,
They settled
but
already.
they're going back for another grand jury though because this ain't over.
Well, they
no,
need to get
no,
more
it's
money. They need to
possible.
get more money. It ain't enough. If it was my daughter, I'ma fight to the end. You can't pay me enough.
Yeah, and I think that's why the
Period.
boyfriend now can speak about it because the case was over. That's why, so
Mm-hmm.
he can talk about it now publicly.
Mm, okay.
That's true
But it
too.
ain't enough for
It
real.
ain't enough. It ain't enough.
Cause so what was this? So I'm kind of confused now because they were saying that it was tapes going around or audio or something going around that he was saying that maybe it's in the interview as well, but he was saying that she shot at the police too. But from what his interview was with Gail, he had said that he was holding her hand, trying to like, tell her to get down, but she was so scared she couldn't move. But he was holding her hand the pretty much the whole time. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I still believe
what's the
that
what's the
he
story?
was afraid too. He was afraid too. If
Yeah.
she said them, if you listen to Gail's interview and how many times them cops shot in that house, I'll be afraid too. Somebody was gonna get hit tonight. Somebody was gonna die.
Yeah,
Period.
I agree.
They was shooting to
Mhm.
kill. Period.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, there was with no
Anyone, of
remorse.
course, you're gonna be scared. Of course, who isn't gonna be scared? And it's the middle of the night. Come on now.
Right. Right.
I don't care
Like I
how
said, the
brave
man
you
who
are.
Yeah, and I don't care how tough a man you are. You're gonna be scared if bullets coming your way. Period.
Yeah,
hmm
especially the amount of bullets coming his
Thank
way.
you.
Shoot.
that's too
So
many.
so that logic was saying he didn't protect her. I don't care how many bullets coming your way. When you are in that predicament and bullets is coming your way, Look, somebody gonna die, period. I don't know if it's gonna be me or you, but somebody going down.
I
Yeah.
agree with you,
Period.
Andrea. And
Period.
I don't think there
Period.
was really enough time for him to protect her anyway.
Thank you. I don't
Mhm.
believe it either. The way he said them bullets was coming, I don't believe he had time to throw his body on her and take one for her. I'm just
Yeah,
sorry. It's, somebody was gonna die. It was gonna be either her or him. Period.
exactly.
Mhm.
And we had a whole conversation about independent women and stuff like that. She probably was standing in front of him, walking out to be like, "Who the hell is this? Why the hell they banging down my door like that?"
Yep.
It was her
She
house.
probably had gone long time before him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So of
Yep.
Yeah, it was
course,
her
like, you
house.
know what I'm saying? And if she was thinking,
Mhm.
because he said in another interview before that they thought that it was maybe the ex-boyfriend, because they had an
Mm-hmm.
altercation with him previously. So
Mm.
if they had an altercation with the ex-boyfriend before and it was him and his friends, of course she gonna go, because she gonna be like, "What the hell are you doing? What are you doing in my house?"
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Right.
So that's a
And of
Exactly.
possible
course why
thought.
he was and of course why he probably stayed there because he felt like she needed protection. And why he had a gun there. Come on
Right.
now.
Right.
Right.
Come on.
And then he
He
was
probably
licensed to
carries
carry.
his gun
So
everywhere.
And he was
Yeah,
licensed to carry. So even if I shot at the police, I was still licensed to carry.
right.
exactly.
He was in the right the whole time. That's
The
why they
whole
wouldn't
time.
even let him go, because they knew that was wrong. And just to say that what you did was a misunderstanding, miscommunication.
Mm-mm.
Right.
That's
What?
that bullshit. There ain't no misunderstanding.
No.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm.
No. Easy
Mm-mm.
said the man who had the gun protecting his family did not get shot, but the woman shot 6 times. They are sending blacks a message that black lives do not matter in a country built by slaves. I
Hmm.
agree
Yep.
with that.
I agree with that. Well,
Glorious Life on Wheels says, furthermore, in an initial responding officer reportedly stating it was a shame this young man had to be seen shot illustrate to seems to illustrate the mindset of the police at the scene.
Yes.
they
Wow.
didn't care. They didn't care. They went in that house. To me, I mean, after you don't shut up somebody's house, when you want to see somebody alive in there, he only came out because he thought they were there for him and helping her. So
Right.
you would think if you're a police officer, you don't shot that many times in somebody's house, you want to go in there and see that they need the ambulance come, they need treatment. Ain't that your job too? I keep asking the question. Protect and serve. I'm
Where's
just asking
Logic
the question.
today? Shoot, I would have loved to hear what Logic had to say today to this
Yes.
one. I would love. Is Logic in the chat, Shanita?
No, no.
No.
Mm-mm.
Cause
Dream,
cause he said the dude was a coward. I'm just asking the question, is he? All them bullets. Look, I'm laying down too. I'm dying too.
everybody's gonna be scared in that situation,
Amen.
being a coward or not, regardless if you've been in the military, not been in the military. Unexpected bullets, your initial response is, "Oh my God!" Like you're not gonna be calm about it.
And
Um,
Exactly.
I always tell my children, bullets don't got no name.
right,
So
absolutely
I'm
right.
just saying. But
Intrigued by Neat says he was scared. When you're in a situation like that, you can say anything, not knowing what you're saying. He said he got done, he got down, but she wouldn't get down. She was in shock, I believe. Yeah,
yes,
exactly.
I
I
believe it.
believe
I
that
believe it.
too. I mean, you all of on at one time. What can you do in that moment? We can all say what we would have done. Oh, if I see a book, I would have got down. But in the moment, everything happening so fast.
Yeah.
Not everybody's
Yeah.
like responsive quickly, like not quick response like that. So
You don't know. Nobody
mm,
knows what you
Nobody
would do,
knows.
because the shock is crazy. And yes,
right,
he probably did get down. That was his response. His emergency response was to jump down quick. But maybe, and that's the thing. You just Everything happens in a blink of an eye. I'm sure there was 10 million things he wished he did.
And when somebody kicking your door down, I'm just saying that's a shock in itself too. Somebody kicking your door down, and you don't know
Right.
who
right,
that is. Come on now, everybody don't know what they're gonna do in that action.
True.
exactly. I agree. I agree. It's really sad, and just to hear this situation is not done. It's still
No.
happening right now. We still need to get out and vote.
Yes.
Yes.
We want to see some changes being made. I know a lot of people don't want to do that, and they see that voting is not important and all of that. But
Mm-hmm.
and not to make this a
Mm-mm.
political thing, but the fact of the matter is, we need to see some changes, and
Yes.
it needs to happen somewhere. Um, and it's unfortunate that we have to lose another, dare
Life.
I say it, strong, independent Black woman.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yes.
Yes.
she was out there doing her thing.
Mm-hmm.
Her job, she had her own place to stay. Her boyfriend said
Good
that she was
job.
needed
Mm-hmm.
by
Wow.
everybody. A good job. Like she
Mm-hmm.
was out here doing it and supported by many, loved by many, and for her life to be taken senselessly is I
It's
had no
sad.
words after watching the video. It was very
Me
sad.
either. I feel like she was protecting and serving the community too, as being a paramedic. She was
Right.
protecting and
Right,
serving the community
right.
too. So
Yeah, she was
she
top
had a job
line.
just like a police officer did. She was a
Yeah,
first responder.
Right.
right, right.
So
No,
we
she
need her. We need her too.
exactly.
Right.
And she been out here trying to
And
help
they just
everybody
took
else
her.
before with
So
no
Man.
explanation. Still,
with
nobody
no,
can. They can't. I still don't know why they were there. There's a lot of stories going around, but
Because they didn't
why?
find nothing.
they
I bet you if they
lying. They
found that
lying.
drugs and whatever else they thought she
They,
had, they full of shit.
that's
Honestly.
why I feel too, Candy. They full of shit. That warrant was on a lie. That warrant they got was on a lie. Them police officers, they lied. And to me, all of them should be fired. Everybody
Yes.
was in that house shooting, all of them fired. I don't care no more.
Yeah. I
Fire
think I
all
would
of
have
them.
I think I would have ejected that money off her.
Me
I'd have said,
too.
screw you and your money. Hell
Yes.
no. We gonna
Nope.
go to court. We gonna do this all over again.
Because
All over
Mm-hmm.
again.
every time we keep selling, every time us African American people keep selling for this little money, they think they can pay us off. I'm telling you, if we
Yes.
had somebody keep fighting and say, I'm fighting to the death, I don't care, win, lose, or draw, they gonna stop
Yeah.
doing this to us.
Right.
Stop settling for this money. You
Mm-hmm.
Money
can't
ain't
pay me
worth
enough.
it. Yeah.
You can't
I
pay me
agree.
enough. Her life is important.
I
I agree.
agree. The money ain't gonna bring her back. It may
The
help
money ain't
you
worth it.
get over it, but it's not the money that we want. We want justice is what
We
we
want
want. We
justice.
want some answers. And the money is cool or whatever. That don't mean that shut us up. You did what you had to do in this situation. But we need justice to be served. We need to stop this senseless killing. So what is it that y'all
Yes.
gonna do to make it different? Stop lying about what happened and just say what y'all did and be held responsible. And that's the thing too. These be held responsible. They don't get held responsible for stuff that they do. The police could just come
No.
in anybody's house nowadays and just
Oh,
To,
oops, it was
to,
an accident. My
to
bad.
me,
I
we
apologize.
need to
misunderstand.
go to the higher. We need to go to the highest. Look, the judge they told that get that warrant, fire his ass. The cop is told the judge that he needed fire the prosecutor. Stop firing everybody on this shit, and then we will start getting some justice because the judge signed that warrant.
Yeah.
The prosecutor said she had drugs in that house. Fire him too,
And
Yeah.
they found nothing.
and found nothing. Start
Nothing
firing all
in
these
that
people.
house.
Because
So,
we only can make the cops responsible, make the prosecutor, make the DA, make the judge who signed that warrant. They're all responsible for her death.
Hmm.
right.
Start from
They
the top all the way
all
on
are.
down, huh?
Top all the
Yeah.
way down.
hmm
Yeah. All
Um,
those police officers
Donnie.
deserve to lose their job for real, for real. Nah, there's no accident. A life was taken. Just how like you guys be fighting to throw people in jail that be taking people's lives, your asses need to be in jail too for taking people's lives
Thank you.
unnecessarily. That's what needs to happen. That's what should be happening, and it's not happening. It's
hmm
not. It's like you get a slap on the wrist because the law provides safety net for you officers, but that needs to change. The officers cannot be protected no more. That's bullshit. bullshit. I'm sorry. Like, they should know. And you know, I love me some officers. I work with them all the time. I love me some good officers. Don't get me wrong. But at the same time, when you be taking a life, it's a life for a life. Your ass deserve to be in jail.
Yep. And we need to make everybody accountable. Whoever signed that warrant, whoever said why she needed the warrant, let's do it let's start from the top and go on down to the bottom.
Yeah. I want to know, like, what justified that warrant?
Yes.
What did they say? What did they make up and plan on her to make them say? Because I keep hearing contradictory stuff. I keep hearing that, oh yeah, they were trying to find drugs or whatever, and her name was on it too. But then at the same time, it sounded like, you know, they were at the wrong house. They weren't supposed to be there.
Mm-hmm. And I don't care what you say. They say cops make mistakes. Well, real people make mistakes too. But damn it, that's your job not to be making that many mistakes. And you shooting in somebody's house. He only shot one time. They shoot a lot of time in that house. One cop shot 10 times. One cop shot 6 times.
Yeah. So how was that supposed to? And 5 of them hit her.
How you justifying that?
You fired off a whole.
I would like to know. Because my thing is, isn't he gonna keep shooting back if that was the case? Why he didn't just keep shooting back?
Yeah. He only shot a warning shot.
One shot. One warning shot. And that makes sense for people that have a gun. If something's coming on to your house or doing something, you go and put that warning shot out there. Because you wondering what the hell are these people doing in my house?
Exactly. It's natural to want to protect what's yours. And he was just doing what he was doing. He was protecting. I don't think he was being a punk about it or coward. I mean, he was scared, just like she was scared. And he, in defense, stood up for his girl. I don't know.
And honey, when you call your mama, let me tell you something. When you call your mama, you know something going down. When you call your mama and tell your mama, okay, mama, you call your mama. I'm sorry. I called my mama.
Then he called 911.
Yes. When you call your mama and then she said, honey, call the police. I'm scared.
Right.
Shoot. That's something deep right there.
That is. And that's why I'm like, they had that much time between the shooting and getting in the house that he could make 2 phone calls, not 1 phone call.
No, 3 phone calls. He called his mama, the 911, and her mama.
Yeah.
You see that?
3
phone calls.
3 phone calls.
He had time to make 3 phone calls.
The police come in there
and the one officer went in the house.
Nobody went in there. See, that girl was dead alive. They didn't give a damn. They didn't care. They won that guns blazing. Period.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
O had said if she was a drug dealer, it would have been different. It would have went down different if she was a drug dealer. Don Easy TV says when you see a Benjamin Crump, you know it's all about the money grab. It's all about the money grab. Shaking my head. Glorious Will said the alleged facts set forth in the request for the warrant need to be investigated to determine if, in fact, they were true.
Yes.
Facts. T. Jones says, I agree. If they start taking money, jobs, and livelihood, we might see some change.
Yes.
But they don't want to do that. They keep giving them administrative leave every time something happens.
Every time. And then they come back to work like nothing happened.
And throwing money at us and saying, oh, y'all gonna take this money. That's what they be saying. Oh, they gonna take the money. And then they gonna think this is gonna be over with. But I'm telling you, if one family stands up, this one family stands up and says, I ain't taking the money. I'm going down. I'm fighting for my child. Period. I don't want no money. I want justice.
Yeah.
You will get some results.
Period.
Just one family.
Yeah. I don't know what it's going to take. I mean, other than us voting, but I don't know. I don't know what it is.
I don't know what.
Did anybody else want to come back up?
Well, I'll get down. Thank you for taking my phone call, y'all.
Oh no, you up if you want. It's I wasn't trying to leave.
Okay.
I'm trying to get I'm just trying to get if anybody else want to come here and say something. I was trying to give an opportunity to.
Well, I thank you, Candy B, for revisiting this conversation, girl.
I
She must be going through a dead zone. Candy Lee, can you hear us? Mic check, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, she must be going.
I can hear you guys. You hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes, yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
You must be
yeah.
the
No, I
dead
say,
spot.
of course, always, Andrea. We love you. I love you.
Right.
I love
Mm,
you guys
girl.
too, okay?
Real
Y'all
Talk
make my Thursday
87.
nights.
Real Talk 87 says,
Yes.
let's not forget all these police
What he
killings
say?
started. Let's not forget all of these police killings started under the Obama administration. It's continuing under
Oh,
Trump.
Jesus.
So please
Oh,
tell us how voting
Oh,
will
ooh,
Lord.
help.
Well,
He said,
you can't be talking shit when you ain't voting. I'm just saying. You can't be saying I won't change when you ain't voting.
amen.
You can't say I want this better if you ain't voting. You can't say our parents fought for us to vote. That's why. Keep it voting.
Right.
they did. If not for nothing, at least for the people who. Hey, Nick, welcome.
Hey y'all.
Hey, girl.
Yeah.
Welcome to the live, girl.
Not for nothing, at least because that's what your ancestors did. This is what our parents did. What our parents did to
Mm-hmm.
let us even have an opportunity to vote. That they made for us to even be and live how we're freely able to live nowadays. Yes, we're not totally free, but we are more freer than they were growing up. Have things changed a whole lot? Not really, but we have more opportunities today than they did back then.
Right. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Big Nick, what you got to add to the conversation? Hey, girl.
Hey. Okay, I was
Hey.
being sure I wasn't echoing. Okay. So what are they saying that he lied about? Kenneth, is it Kenneth Walker? Yeah, what did they say he lied about?
Well, what I heard before, someone had said that there was an audio going around that he maybe had testified or something saying that she had fired some shots as well.
Yeah,
Um,
I saw audio of that, and I saw audio of it a long time ago, and I saw him say like, "Man, she did it," or it was something like that in his voice. It's right when they were had him on the ground, and he was putting his hands, behind his head or whatever. But that could have been like a clip for him saying something else. It could have been like,
mm,
you just never know what that was about because they show
right,
you
because you
bits
know
and
people
pieces
like,
of right. They didn't show you a full clip, so I don't like that little, those sound bites or whatever that they do because you never really know what that was about. But yeah, I like y'all said, like I don't think he lied. It man, it's so unfortunate that she lost her life, you know.
It
Um,
is.
and yeah, for them to say like it's a misunderstanding or whatever when they got down the hill, to pull him over. I'm glad they had that on tape, you know.
Yes.
And also if y'all go back to the Breakfast Club, now this was maybe like a year ago, or early this year, I'm sorry, where her mom had interviewed and she said that they turned her around at the crime scene and told her Breonna was in the hospital. She had
Live. You
left in
see
it.
that?
She left in an ambulance. She said that it was like a lady cop that met her like way out far from the apartments, and she was like, I had to say, well, which they said it was a female that went, in an ambulance, and she just had to go to the closest hospital where she thought they were going because they said they don't know where the ambulance was going, which hospital they were going to, and she had to get there only to find out that they didn't even bring her daughter up there.
So
mm,
look, they lying again.
Wow.
They lying again. See, look at this. Lying
Yeah, and
again.
that was on the Breakfast Club. Y'all, I've been following this for so long. And I don't like to talk about it or whatever because a lot of times, you get into
yeah,
things that have nothing to do with nothing, right? Like
mm,
the whole they should have not, or they didn't announce themselves. Well, yeah, like I don't know if y'all ever dealt with people like drug dudes or whatever, but they not gonna announce themselves. That's not how a raid goes.
Yeah.
They when they coming, They coming. Like, as long as they got that warrant, they feel like they're obligated at that point, and they coming for, for blood. So,
Yeah.
they do have him. They had that ex-boyfriend, Jamarcus Glover, leaving her house. This is on camera. They set up cameras or whatever. They do have him leaving with a white package. You can see it. If you research, you'll see him leaving her house with a white package. But when she called him when he was locked up, she was like, "You got a hoodie. A hoodie came for you." And he was like, "Oh, okay, I'm gonna come get it." And they got him on surveillance going in that car to her house and leaving with a package. That's what they use to get, access to go pull a kick door, which is
Just
what
to see a
we
pack,
call it
right?
hood. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
kick door, but it's a no knock warrant or whatever. So if they would have pulled a jail tape, they could have heard her saying a hoodie came, or they may have thought that was, street talk for a pack, drugs
Right.
came,
Yeah.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
But that's why I feel like that's why I feel like the police had a reason to go over there because of that dude. But I felt like because that dude kept using her address, she should have been like, I'm done with you. I'm with this new dude now. You're going to have to find somebody else, to
Yeah.
send your stuff to, and remove herself from this situation. That's why I'm kind of like
So do you
upset
believe?
about, because I'm just,
So
mm-hmm.
do you believe that? Do you believe that he had drugs coming to that house, and that's why they got that
No,
warrant?
I don't believe that. I believe that the police used that whole tape of him, because y'all got to go back. Like, he had like, she just been doing way too much for this dude, and it kind of just it set her up. Like, so basically, like, she was letting him like use the car that she rented when the dead body ended up in there with the dude. Just like. And then she had to she had to resign from her job as an EMT and go be an ER technician because of the conspiracy there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So it's just like she just is guilty by association. I don't think she was letting him do no drugs or nothing dealing in his house.
Yeah.
I
Mm-hmm.
believe that she was just trying to give the dude, he a street dude. We all been there. If you ever dated a street dude, you gotta be the clean person for him. Like, you gotta give him an address.
Yeah.
You gotta take your stuff, because he's under
Yeah.
the radar. He's off the
Yes.
grid, y'all. He's
Mm-hmm.
not gonna he don't want police finding him. And if they do find him,
Right.
he want them to find him somewhere like at her house where it's clean. That
Where
way,
it ain't got nothing. Yeah.
yeah. And so that's the whole thing. I just think that she was just such a down ass female, excuse me. But I think she was just trying so hard to be there for him and not cut ties, because she in a new relationship, but still that guilt. Y'all need to stop letting these dudes guilt trip you into being loyal to them. You know what I mean?
I was
Like,
about to say the same thing. Like, I honestly feel that women, sometimes when we break up with these men and stuff like that, we be allowing them to, we still be there for them because you still got feelings or whatever. So you still gonna help them out. You still gonna, like, when she let him
yeah,
her car, you still gonna do all that type of stuff because you still care about them. They down and out or they need a favor or whatever. Especially if the
it's
relationship didn't end on a
manipulation.
bad
Yeah,
term. Yeah.
right.
Yeah. I
Even
agree with
It's
that.
sometimes
manipulation,
issues
and I
after
think
a
that dude.
relationship.
I think that dude needs to step up, and he need to be talking. We don't need to hear from Kenny. He traumatized.
Yes.
He did what he thought he could do. We need to talk to the nigga that was walking out of her house with a white package. Why are you still using her address? You hang up with Breonna. You calling your baby mama from jail. You telling both of them you love them. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
hey, you
That's
come
what
get
they
me.
do.
Did you get my money? You know what I mean? Like, this is the stuff. Like, if y'all take the time, I'm telling y'all. Like, I was so knee deep. I was neck deep in this stuff because I was like, man, because I've been there before. I dated somebody like that in the street, and I'm telling y'all, it is just, it's a different life, and you feel guilty to the day you die behind not doing something for them, because they make you feel like they make you feel like you owe them everything, right? Because they lie to you. They protect you like you my woman. I love you. You the most important thing. I'm
Right.
doing this for you. I'm buying you a house. I'm buying you a car. Like I want you to live well. So I need you to hold me down. You know, they telling you that, and you think you got such this important position, right? And you just think like, oh, he loves me so much. I gotta look out for him. And I just think she got caught up in that. Like, it's so hard to leave. Even when you do cut him off, as you can see, and I feel bad for Kenny, because now he got to see, like, she was still, like, lightweight cutting for the dude, right? And still, like, well, she never did cut that tie off at all. And this is the result of that. Like, you just got to let y'all, if anybody in this chat or on this panel is out here dating these dudes out here, like, please know that you can end up, this could be you, you know, just because you think it's just, oh, he can just get a hoodie mailed to my house, that could cost you your life, you know? And so I think that that's the important lesson to learn, you know, out of all of it. It's just that, like, you got the police tracking the car, you know, they put a GPS on his car. This is all in police reports. They have been following them since 2016. They got Breonna pulling up to the trap, looking around. Y'all look this stuff up. She pulling up to that trap on, what is it, Muhammad Ali Street or something like that. And it's another trap. Like, they just been watching them, y'all, and they got that car going back and forth to her apartment before they even could get the warrant to put up the camera.
Wow.
You know, because all of this, so, like, it's papers and papers and papers of them. And I think that they just use, you know, the fact that he went over there to get up in that house, which is why, you know, we're here. But I think that it has nothing to do with the fact that she died, you know, and the way that they handled the situation. Now, I don't think, you know, they had a no-knock warrant. I think it was obtained with a lie or by a lie, a judge did, is what, you know, they're saying. So they had the warrant. They had the no-knock warrant. So they didn't even have to announce themselves. So I'm like, why are we even arguing over that? You know? Because if you're with a known drug dealer, you got ties to him. They had 3 warrants for 3 different places that day, you know? And they hit 2 of them, and the third one they didn't hit. But they not, you know, police, like, they follow you for years. They don't just pull up and sit there and say, oh, there go the house, let's roll up in it. You know, they're very strategic. But I feel like it was just real dirty the way they handled stuff, you know. And like I said, I think that even if you did have a no-knock warrant, if you was going to knock, you should have waited on somebody to come to the door. If you did knock and announce yourself,
and wait. And then if it's taking a long time, you knock in. And especially if somebody turns, and I'm like, okay, you ain't got to announce yourself, but just for the safety of everybody, okay, it's the police. Open up this damn door.
Right.
Okay?
But the safety of everybody in that house. It could.
What if there was kids?
What about after they shot up in that house? After they shot in that house, and then they knew the close was clear. You couldn't went in there and seen that girl was she did paramedics. You could have went in there and see. I'm just asking the questions.
Yeah. So I don't know what, and I know y'all was looking for logic because he had a very strong opinion on this, and he needed to come on in the room. Somebody needs
come on in the room, okay?
Yeah,
somebody
hit him up on IG and tell his ass to get up in here. Thank you.
Yeah, because
he said that homeboy didn't protect his woman, so he was a coward. So I just want to say, how was you planning to be a coward when you got bullets coming at you?
Man, me and my husband right now to this day ain't got no plan about when somebody roll up in my house. So I'm like, you gonna go up? I'm gonna go down. You gonna go to the side? What we gonna do? Maybe
right.
Look at that. That's a prime example. You said you don't even know what you gonna do. So just imagine if Breonna was in that same situation with her boyfriend. She probably was frozen.
Yeah.
And she probably was. And, you know, she probably did think it was her ex trying to do some mess because they had that altercation before. Remember that. That's important. They had an altercation recently before
Logic
that.
is here.
So,
he's here.
Logic, click the link. We dropping the link for you. We need you up here, sir.
Come on, Logic.
You're
we want to hear you.
To the red table right now, sir.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't. Yeah, that whole protection thing. I mean, I can't give that argument. I can give the argument on why they were there and why they why they bust up in the house or whatever. And if somebody do shoot, it's gonna be a shootout with the police when they serving a warrant. That's how it always go down.
Yep, that's how
You
it
know.
always go down. Ain't nobody
So
really coming out supposed to be coming out live. They supposed to be dead. When they coming there
Yeah.
shooting, guns
yeah,
blazing, ain't nobody coming out live. They supposed to be dead.
Yeah.
yeah.
True. And
So and then
anybody
I don't.
I was gonna say, anybody in the chat that does not agree with what we are saying, please feel free to click on the link that Shanita Marie randomly is dropping, so that you can come.
Well, that's why I
opinion.
came up, because I kind of don't. Not that I don't agree, but I just understand why they were there. And it's because, like I had already explained. So I was just trying to give some more background, because I think that's getting lost there. And
Yeah.
we're looking at it like they just rolled up in there and was like, oh, today is Monday, we going to kill Breonna. And that wasn't, the
And
issue.
I don't think they go up in there to kill her. I personally believe that warrant is still a problem for me. And let's start with the top. Let's start with the top first. That warrant that they got. What was the justification of getting that warrant? Period.
Because he left that house with that white box. That's why.
It's from the files that they had since 2016. They had been following her and the ex, Jamarcus Glover. They had been following the car. It's the cars. It's her ties, and that's what I'm saying. Like, when you get tied, that's why be careful who you affiliate yourself with, because they had reason to believe when you give that thing called probable cause, and you have these people that you're tying yourself to, and you let them use your address, and you're a known criminal. You go to jail like every other month, and this girl is bailing you out every other month. Her name is on the paperwork. She got caught up. That's how that warrant got obtained, because she's on surveillance. She's on video, and it's out there for you to see. She's on surveillance, pulling up to the trap, looking around. He's on surveillance, going into her house, leaving with a white package, even though it was just a hoodie. We don't know that, and we still don't know. To be honest with you, it was a package. We don't know what was in there, And so I think that's where we're the disconnect is coming in, because I think everybody's saying that they could have handled that kick door a lot different, and I think that's what we all agree. And she still should have been alive. Like, you shouldn't just run up in there. Your kick door shouldn't be to kill people, and that's what the problem I have with the police. You know what I mean? And
yeah,
when you let off a shot, y'all, police are gonna shoot back. Like, that's what's gonna happen. Now, I don't work in law enforcement, but I think that's very dangerous, because it's people on top of her, on side of her, and all of that. So I'm like, how did y'all get to this situation where you were gonna even shoot anyway, knowing that it's so many? Because a lot of people could have died that day.
Yes.
But yeah, so for like Andrea, like you were saying, that warrant was a problem, but I don't think it is a problem, because she's on surveillance since 2016 with this dude and tied to this dude. She still recently had messages and phone calls from jail with this dude. She couldn't shake him. He had that ghetto ass hold on her, like most of these dudes for the street do. They find him a clean girl, they sit him down, they take him off the street, they don't let him go out. They make you think you the best thing since sliced bread, and they put you on a shelf so you can keep your life clean, so they can funnel through you. They funnel their money through you, and everything. Everything else. But I'm gonna be quiet, because I know I'm running my mouth, but it's so much that I wanted to say. Yeah, I'm so sorry.
No, I understand what you're saying. I definitely understand what you're saying. I get it. I have seen it happen to a couple of my friends, so I understand.
I understand what Nick's saying too. I don't disagree with what you're saying, Nick, at all. Mr. Logic, hello, dear. Welcome to the stream. We've been waiting
What's
on
going
you,
on?
sir.
Need to say this talk?
Yeah, we've been waiting on you, sir. Did you see the boyfriend's interview that he just did?
Oh, yeah. A bunch of crap. Like I said, this is my main thing, right? I'm gonna say this.
Okay.
I'm gonna say this. Okay. All right. I go back on mute.
We waiting for you.
What you going
No.
on mute for?
Okay.
Keep
I'm saying this. Deal with it from a logical perspective, emotion free. If you
Mhm.
look at the surveillance, not the surveillance, the body cam of the cop when he got arrested, who did he say shot at the cops?
He said she did it, but
Okay.
I would have.
Okay.
that
Now,
I
don't
mean, I mean,
mean
that
hold on,
don't
let me,
mean
scared.
he was probably
let me line
instructed.
this
She
up
was
for
letting him
y'all. Let me line
down.
this up for y'all. Yeah, okay, I go back to you because
I
I
take
ain't
it to
want
say
to argue with
Well,
nobody. I'm
I
just
just
saying.
got one. I just got one question, Logic. I just got one
Hold on,
question.
let me finish first. Let me
Okay,
finish, and then you can ask your question.
okay,
I'm,
okay.
I'm trying to piece it together how I see it, and then if you tell me I'm wrong, then okay. But how I see it is that when they first arrested him, he let it be known it was her that was firing. If you look at the other body footage, when the other deputy came into the house, you will see her body was in between the line of fire and him. That's why the story never added up that he was the shooter, because how was he the shooter and she gets shot? There was a small hallway. So now
So
that's
they.
fact number
So,
two. Now, and let
so
me just
what?
finish. I'm gonna wrap it up, right?
Hmm.
Now, after they got $12 million, he's taking it like he's the shooter. And if you can't look at that and just piece everything together and then say, okay, come on. Well, you're going to do one, two things. Either he a damn liar or we don't want to look at the facts. Which one is it?
Okay, so
Because
my
he
only question. So my
Wait, I
only
just.
question is, did she have gun residue on her hand?
Right. That was my
That's
question.
why I
Who
just
had
want to
the
know.
gun
Because if
residue
you tell
on
me
their
she had
hand?
gun residue, I'll let this go. I will let it go.
I want to know.
okay.
Did
And
I
if
don't
we
think
they come
they
out with a
swabbed
gun
her. I don't.
no,
I don't think
this,
Why?
they
Why
on her?
not? Why not?
this is the thing though, is you got to realize if it's a grand jury investigation, all these files will come out.
They
So
have.
I say thing in my video, I said the same thing. I want to see because that's protocol that they would do. They will actually run and they will figure out who hand has the gun residue on it. They would do all of that. That's protocol. So, but
Mhm.
we got to realize that if we don't get it, we shouldn't jump to conclusion. I just put my conclusion together and I showed you how I did it, right? I said it from the beginning on your panel, V, long time ago. How was he the shooter? Was he like John Wayne behind her? Because you remember I said that. How did he shoot? He was the shooter in that little hall, and she gets shot. That make no
But
sense. Because if
logic.
you look at it, go ahead, sir.
No, I'm just saying. Okay, like you missed the beginning when we were talking about this, right? So okay. Let's just put into let's just say, for instance, right? We'll know they had the altercation with the ex boyfriend. We already know he's heavily in the drug game, right?
Mm-hmm.
So banging on your door, no one's answering. Boy goes to get gun. He goes to get his gun. She probably going out there because she thinks it's her ex-boyfriend anyway, and she probably gonna be the one to be able to calm his ass down.
You
So
remember this, though,
I
V? You remember
so
the
I
first
would go,
story that he said. You remember the first thing that was put out is they did not knock. You remember that?
but
It
that's
was
a
put out.
lie.
No, no, V. It was put out that they did not knock. Stop me if I'm wrong, Neek. It was a whole saying that they did
Yeah.
not, and they just rammed in there and started shooting. That was the narrative, and it
That was
was not.
initial. Yeah.
Yes,
That was the
initially.
initial.
But
So
it's
now
it's
I'm saying,
developed since then. We know that they did not.
okay, but I'm saying, you see, we're in the same position because you
It
remember
keep
when
changing.
I was talking to you about this the first time, I kept saying that, and I kept saying they knock, they knock, they knock. He said they knock. Y'all said no. Go back and look at that video. Y'all will shoot me down about them knocking. But what I'm saying is that now, even got his interview now, and he's saying, yeah, they did knock. We didn't know who it was. All that kind of stuff like that. All you got to do is look at the evidence. It's three pieces of key evidence in this case. It's the deputy that came up, his the body cam footage of the arrest, and use the actual interview that he did. What I forgot who the chick was he did the interview with, and then you would find out one or two
Gail.
things. Gail, Sarah, yes.
Yes,
You'll
yes,
find
yeah.
out one or two things. Either he's a lying son of a bitch because his story changed more, but people don't want to sit here and look at the facts. I'm saying I'm gonna ask y'all now, how many of y'all on this panel actually saw all three of the body cam videos?
I only saw 2.
You don't
Yeah,
know
I
I
too.
don't know. I don't know what I saw because I used to watch all of that shit and I got tired of it and
Yeah.
it's just messy. But so I don't know what all I've seen, but I've seen a lot. I'll say
Yeah,
that.
it's a lot out there, but all I'm saying is that we have to actually, if we're gonna talk about it, we're gonna do panels
Right.
on it. We gotta
Mhm.
sit here. That's just like
You gotta
saying we're gonna do
research.
a book club. We do a book club, right? Imagine doing a book club with somebody and having a conversation with somebody about a book that they didn't read. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't.
Yeah.
You're gonna assume you're gonna go off emotions, and that's why I say just stick to the facts. Stick to the facts on all
Yeah.
this stuff, and you'll be realizing. You know what I'm saying?
But
That's
I think
why.
because the facts are so misconstrued, like,
Yes.
and I think that everybody is taking what they believe to be factual as fact. So because we really don't know facts, right? Other
What,
than what we
what did
see,
I say?
and
What
it's
did I say?
bits
Well,
and
you know.
pieces.
What did I
We
say?
don't
I
know because
use.
we weren't there.
But what did I
It's
use?
bits and pieces though. That body cam footage, it came like after the fact. That's kind of like
Yeah.
that Philando Castile thing when old girl was
Right.
videotaping the Facebook.
What,
It's like he was
but
already leaned over,
sis,
and
it gonna come after the
mhm,
fact because there was an open investigation. You know what I'm saying? I say
mhm,
this. I'm gonna say this to this is how I feel about the Breonna, the case as a whole, right?
Hmm.
In 2016, and I heard you say that, Nick, and people just throw it under the rug. She rented a car for him.
Yes, she did.
mhm.
One of his associates ended up dead in her car. She was questioned
Yes.
about that, right?
That's
So
true.
Right.
now this. See, as women, the women gotta hold each other accountable because if a dude said, y'all gonna look at me like I'm crazy. So now when y'all be able to say that, look, she was making fucked up decisions after fucked up decisions.
Well,
But yeah,
well,
but we didn't say nothing about it because we all make fucked up decisions.
we
Logic,
all have
like
all dated somebody who was a little shady. Come on now, let's be honest and
Yeah.
tell the
Look,
truth.
Logic, we did talk about
Come
it.
on
You
now,
missed it,
we
but we
all
did
said we
say
have done
no.
things was not
I
maybe we're
take
gonna
a
do things now.
all right, you
I'm
don't
just
gotta
saying.
holler at me. I'm conversating with you, baby. You ain't gotta holler at me. I'm just
but
saying.
logic. Okay,
I'm
but
gonna do this.
logic.
Well, hold on. Let me tell Miss Andrews. Miss
Okay.
Andrews, do me a
Mhm.
favor. Send me
Yes.
your make an Amazon wish list and get a whole bunch of bottles,
Oh
and I will
Lord.
purchase it for you, so you can cool down when you talk. All right, I'm sorry. Go.
No, but I
God.
did before you came in. I did
Mm-hmm.
make a plea to us women to
Yes.
make better decisions in the man we choose because we get manipulated. We're black women, right? We're the lesser chosen of the races out here that are getting married, that are treated as a prize, that are even seen valuable. Okay, so we are the easiest to manipulate because we want to be married, we want to have a man, and so we kind of overextend ourselves
Now I'm gonna
to
say this.
men. And
I'm gonna say this, and let's be honest, right? I don't know your
okay,
background, right? So, but I'm from the hood. I'm from the projects, East Lake Meadows in Atlanta, Georgia, right? So, and for the people who watching, I'm just trying to lay this out, right? I know multiple women. I even say 90% of the women that I grew up with, right? They was raised. I was raised up in a dope boy culture. The same kind of culture is like, but it's kind of a little different now. But I was raised in that culture. That culture, dope boys didn't have. So you was right when you mentioned that. Dope boys didn't have credit, but they had money.
mhm,
So now the woman who did that is not a victim. She knew exactly what she was doing. If you sit here and we make it
correct.
seem the victim in that situation, then we leave a door open for the next generation to do that. And I mean, you got to
Correct.
just.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree. That's why I said we just need to be mindful of that as women and value ourselves more and maybe make it harder for men, you know, to have that kind of access to us. I agree. That's a
Yeah.
problem.
No, she just needed. You got to realize the situation she was probably in because he was probably padding her pockets, so she was doing that. Do I think she was a drug dealer? I don't think she was for sale drug dealer, but I say this: she knew what she was into, and that's it. And
Yeah.
that's a
Yeah.
risk that she took. You know what I'm saying? If I got somebody in my house that I knew that known drug dealer, known killer, I got him and I'm constantly doing stuff for him. I'm constantly doing this for him. I'm constantly in contact for him. His phone, he got mail coming to the house. He's using my phone numbers for things. And then this is all documented. You know what I'm saying? She didn't learn her lesson from the dead body. She kept on doing it. She did 4 years
Yeah.
of doing it. You got to lay the accountability also on her. And then, like I said, I still will remain to say that that dude in the house was a coward. But I got to say this though, even though he was a coward, but you got to realize sometimes that we know as black, we have black women to be aggressive, and especially when she supposed to be the one with all the drug ties. Yeah, it would make sense for her to get the gun and go bust. You know what I'm saying? In the situation, he will tell the truth, the whole truth. So help him God. But after, you know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
he sit there with the parents, he sit there with the lawyers. Yeah, his story gonna change because if you look at that interview based on what he said initially, everything has changed. I said Breonna
Yeah,
Taylor
it did.
that $12
It
million,
did.
they should go ahead and like I said, I still feel bad that the woman had to die. I don't want to see a woman die, but at the same time, more effectively, I don't want no other young girl to see this right here and choose that path. If anything,
So do you mhm.
no, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Do you not agree that manipulation of the black woman is part of being a victim?
I don't think she was. You can't say somebody she was manipulated. She knew where she was going in, and she had benefits. She had perks.
Do you think she? But do you? How do we know that? How do we know that? How do we know she had perks? You
Yeah,
know,
how do we know she had perks?
Okay, so you
we
telling me
we
she was
don't know
doing
that
all
that girl just wasn't trying to be down because she was trying to get white stuff out here. Because black women are the last to be married. So
but
I'm gonna
hold
trick
up.
this
But
man with the. Mhm.
the dude she was doing stuff with was see your point would make sense if the dude was her boyfriend. This was her ex-boyfriend. So now she was doing this. He knew about it. So I understand. Okay, like if that was her boyfriend, I would say yes. You're probably right. She probably manipulated for the relationship, but they wasn't in a relationship. She was doing it for the ex-boyfriend.
Because
Right.
she was victimized into still supporting him because he had that hold on him. There's a
On
thing called
her.
a strong
Yeah.
hold on people. It's a sex hold you can have. Like, why do you still have sleep with the people that you're no longer in a relationship with, right?
So
Because
but
they
why
have
would
good
she
sex.
go
Like,
home?
there's sex ties, there's emotional ties. These are psychological things, but they
Yeah.
exist, and we can't ignore that.
But why would she have a hold on her for somebody none other than her boyfriend?
Right.
Maybe
Because
she knew this boy
that's
a
a
long
real
time
thing
and
that we
she
don't
couldn't
talk
take
about.
him. That does
What
happen to women.
Yeah,
what
but
you
I
say,
like.
Andrea? I couldn't hear.
I said maybe she knew this dude a long time and she couldn't shake him. That does
Yeah.
happen to women.
Mhm.
You see,
I'm not
this
justifying. I'm not
no,
justifying. I'm not justifying dealing with this man who was wrong for her. But what I'm saying is, sometimes women can't shake this boy or man. They can't shake him. It takes a long
Yeah.
time to shake him, and that's a
even though she with another dude.
We're
Yeah.
emotional
yeah.
creatures.
I had a dude call me
Hell
from
yeah.
jail in the middle of the night, and I was with my new boyfriend, and I got out that bed and went to his apartment to let his brother know to go get him. And I had to
Uh,
tell, my boyfriend, oh, my homegirl just got locked up. I need to go tell her sister to go. I lied and manipulated that situation. I'm telling you, hoes and women, they're different. Maybe you don't see that because you're a dude and y'all are more
Y'all
logical than
act
women are. We're
different.
emotional. And we
Yes.
no,
just like, man, I need to help him. Like, even though I'm not with him, dang, if that was me in jail, I want somebody to help me. He called me because he didn't have anyone else to call. That's what I'm thinking. Like, I'm the one that can help him. So I'm gonna help anybody I can. But when I look at it in hindsight, he didn't call me because I was the only one. He called me because I was the fool that'll get my ass up in the middle of the night,
But
and go
not,
do something. He knew this the dummy right here.
but that's not just that's not a one situation. I think that's a human situation. How many women do you know that manipulate men all the day, all the time? I mean,
Yeah.
they just you got women that's all they do. They manipulate women to get what they want. So, like I said, we're speaking on theories. We're not talking about the facts. So now we get emotional in the conversation, and we get away from the facts lined up to it. Was that this what it is, and this what it was? So I know I can understand, but we can never debate about emotions. We can only debate a fact. We debate about the
Yeah.
facts of the case, and then, like I said, people ain't gonna want me to hear to say this, but I say to all young women, or not young, all women need to look at the situation as, guess what? Just because you're not the ones that's pushing the drugs, you might be the one that's holding the drugs. You might be the one that's holding the package. You might be the one that's renting a car. In this current age, you are a part of that. She was a part of that one. And then that's another lie they said earlier. Oh, she was a part of the one who went to the wrong house. You remember all the lies that the media was pushing?
Yeah.
The warrant got her name on it. Biggest day.
They said it was another house. They said they was in the bed sleep. She got shot in her sleep. There was a lot of that's why I don't like to deal with stuff like that. I listen a lot. I do a lot of listening to things and reading. And I was just trying to wait until I saw something. So I'll take the transcript, from the jailhouse phone calls and, the surveillance as factual evidence because it's tangible, And so that made me understand why they were there to begin with. And I know for a fact that police, just being around men like that and in the drug game, I know for a fact police are not going to come knocking on your door talking about, this is the police. They wanted that warrant to go run up in there. That's why I didn't take shit for them to knock the door down because they planned on doing that. Their knock was probably soft as a cat sitting on the floor,
And you got to realize this though, like people saying like it's murder and stuff like that. They probably had a better case with her alive.
They would have had a better case with her alive because she'd be able to look to the witness. That's why I said she's willing.
But that's my point. Like people look at it and like I can align myself with it, right? And like I said, I love black women. But I know that a lot of them be situated like make bad decisions. And then now if I talk to Taylor prior to this, and I was her older brother, I was a friend, I would tell her that guess what? She's living on she's a ticking time bomb around that dude. You know what? And then like I said, and then I would look her dead in her eyes and say, you know exactly what's going on. Because she had to know what's going on. So but the narrative saying like she's some type of angel and all that. So let's don't spin a narrative that way. Deal with the facts, deal with it. So now it won't happen again. And I think that's what we don't do it as black people. We don't approach things to deal with the facts, and the facts only so we can educate our race so it don't happen again.
Yeah.
And that was a good point. Like we did try. Yeah, we try to make it so. We as black people just try to make things something it's not. We won't call, a spade a spade. We'll have to make it. This girl was out here saving lives and and doing things like that, and that wasn't even her job. That was her job. Back in what was it, 2016, 2017 or something like that. And so and now
do you know why she got dismissed from that job?
Yeah, because the dude was found dead in her rental car, and it was conspiracy.
So I'm like this. See, and that's why. See, maybe I'm too logical. I try to think. I won't. It got to make sense to me. I'm like this. Put yourself in her shoes. You was the EMT. You lost your job dealing with this dude.
Yeah, behind this dude. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now you still, and 4 years later, you still doing this. Like I said, I don't know if y'all know, but they even caught her going to the trap house. She
Yeah.
was going to the trap house. He was driving a vehicle. I'm saying, and then if it wasn't a sexual relationship, you just got to assume it was a business relationship. Especially if the ex-boyfriend, the new boyfriend knew about it, it had to be a business relationship.
Right.
I'm sorry.
I don't think it was a bit. I don't think she was doing what y'all think she was doing though. That's the thing. I don't know. Like
I just can't believe that she was. I just can't believe that she it was that she was gonna get something in the intern. I just don't believe that. I just don't believe that she was that naive. I just don't believe.
But you got to realize this.
I
Ask yourself
believe
this
that
question.
women are
Oh,
stupid and we lead with our emotions. That's what I believe.
ask yourself
I
this
can sit
question.
with that.
Ask yourself this question. Is it women out here today? I can name you at least 20 of them that's living off a dope boy, that's getting
Yes.
benefits off a dope boy. So
Yeah.
now, if we know this, right? Why was it hard for us to believe that she was doing that exact same thing that we know is prevalent in the black community?
Well, then that's the issue too, Logic. You bring that issue up then.
What issue?
That if you said that she was living off the dope boy, then that's an issue in the black community too. That's why is the women living? Why is the women who got good education? She had a good job. Why was she living off the dope boy? Why? What's the question with
Hey,
that? Answer for that.
because that dope boy can probably put you, you know what I'm saying? That dope boy can probably drop like $7,000 in your lap, you know what I'm saying, to do certain things.
For nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that probably her boyfriend couldn't do. And you got to realize the only difference, the reason her boyfriend was probably tolerated that so much because he was probably eating out the same spoon that the ex-boyfriend was feeding her. So he wasn't gonna complain.
And
I
the
mean,
dude, baby mama, got mad at him, the ex, because she was like, "Where your money at?" And he was like, "Well, Bree got $8,000 of it, you know." And these are y'all. This is their jailhouse phone calls. Y'all can
yeah.
go find all of this stuff. But like, she was still like holding money for him. And so when you on this recording line, I'm like, why are they in jail even talking about this stuff? But like his own baby mama was mad, and she was like, well, they found money in the Monte Carlo, and you know, where the rest of your money? You know, there was only $20,000. Where's the rest? Oh, well, Bree got 8,000. She's like, Bree got 8,000. What the fuck you mean? I mean, sorry. But
So
you know, if y'all go, just take the time, y'all, for real, to just go see how much of a hold, you know, that ex dude had on this girl,
listen
and
what you
for
just
some
said.
reason she just couldn't shake it, and she ended up
No,
caught up, just caught
Nick,
up.
Nick, listen what you just said. He had other options, would have did it,
Yeah.
but guess what? She was just a ride or die in his dope game. That's why he didn't go.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Why make a new one if you already got one? Y'all don't got to have a sexual relationship. But guess what? He already know that she was willing and how far she was willing to go. Especially after that, probably this is what he was probably thinking. And it's a theory of logics. After she was caught up in that thing with a dead body in her car, and she still stayed down.
She should have cut her ties to his ass.
But he wasn't looking at her as in a sexual way. He was looking at her as a loyal business partner.
Okay.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
I can see what you're saying. Hey, did Dre drop off?
Yeah.
I was gonna allow him to speak.
Yeah, he got a phone.
I hate to cut the live because it's a real good conversation, and maybe we'll have to have a part 3 when some more evidence comes out, because I'm sure there's gonna be more. I don't think this is over. I don't think it's anywhere near over. But Real Talk has a live, and it's supposed to start at 8 o'clock, and I don't want to go over into his time. So everybody, please go over and check out Real Talk 87 channel, King of Content. That is the whole channel name now. Please go and check him out. He's about to go
I
live
was trying to get the
with
fish.
Javier Lifestyle. I just
Yeah,
want
he just made a comment. He said, I'm about to go read,
Thank
but I
you
got to get
so
on another
much
phone,
to
y'all.
Nick. Thank you to Andrea. Thank you to Logic.
Okay.
Hey, Andrea,
And
can you send me the Amazon wish list, please? I'm finna.
See, this is like what I need. I don't. That's a lot. I'm good. I take care of my own self. I don't need that. Thank you. I really
Oh, you
appreciate that.
independent. It was a joke. It was a joke. It was a joke. It was a joke. All right.
I'm an
I'll see y'all.
independent black woman. Okay, independent black woman.
I'll
Yeah,
send
okay.
you mine though, Logic.
Let's go do it. Huh?
I'm an independent black woman. Okay, thank you.
Tell it to
Uh,
somebody who believe that shit.
Whatever you want to believe, I believe.
guys, don't forget to come and check out my channel again on Sunday at 6:15 Eastern time. No, 6:15 Central Time for Battle of the Sexes. All the guys will be back with my beautiful Shanita Marie randomly. She'll be here too. And we'll have a new topic for us to discuss, guys. Thank you all. Have a great night, and I'll see you guys soon.
Bye bye.
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 Bye.